YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Warhammer with a online battle replay. This one's going to be Greenskin versus Dwarf, so the opposite of the last one I showed. So this time I'm leading the Greenskins, and I've got I kind of ran out of time to select my army at the very end. I've got 5 savage orcs, which are just kind of like they're just like a big damage dealing infantry that I like to use on the flanks, but they're very, very vulnerable to missiles. My main line is made up of the black orcs. I've got 4 of those, and then right in the center of all my black orcs is Grimgor Ironhide leading his army. And let's see, where is old Grimgor? Grimgor the Ironhide. He's the largest of the orcs. Here he is, right there. So there's Grimgor. The black orcs are so big that they make Grimgor not seem as big, but trust me, he's big. And then I've got 2 Doom Diver catapults. For the price, these guys really aren't that bad. They get a lot of work done usually. And then I've got 2 Orc Boar Boys, and they're being fired on by a cannon unit from the Dwarves, which is actually effective versus large. And it didn't take many shots to really wreck up my Boar Boys, which is kind of frustrating, because I need these guys for some mobility against the Dwarves. Of course, even with some fast infantry, you'll have mobility against the Dwarves. I got 1 of those on each flank. Let's go take out the Dwarf army in the center. He's got 2 Iron Breakers, and these guys are some particularly cool-looking Dwarves. They have blasting charges, and then he's also got 2 Miners with blasting charges up front. So total of 4 up front. He's got 2 cannons. Again, these guys are good versus large, and they do cause a fair amount of damage. He's got 1 Grudge Thrower. Not really sure how good that'll do here. His backline is mostly Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors, and he's got a pretty considerable number of them. There is 7 in total in the back. His Lord, we'll find in a second. He's also got 2 Quarrelers. There's his Lord. His Lord is Ungrim Ironfist. So there he is. And again, here's his Grudge Thrower and his cannons. The cannons sound awesome. Really nice sound effects, and it sounds cool at a distance with these guys. Kind of has a nice, like, distance explosion noise going on. Yeah, my army's outranged here by these cannons. They've been firing since basically the beginning of the battle. My Doom Diver catapults do have long range, and they'll be in range soon, but I'm not going to be targeting his cannons. I'm going to be targeting his Iron Breakers because they are a more expensive unit. And I'll just kind of wait and let you watch. I mean, this is real time, so this is how long it took me to march up and over the hill. My guys are out here in the distance. So yeah, you can see them marching up in the distance. They are taking a lot of artillery fire, and it's doing some damage, but I mean, it's going to take a lot more than that to stop my black orcs. Though if he was smart, he'd be targeting them, and he is. So either that or he's targeting Grimgor, one of the 2. Here comes the first Doom Divers. You can see them coming up over the horizon. They're going to be screaming down, hopefully right into these Iron Breakers. That one missed. That one missed. We got a good hit right there. That one knocked a bunch of these Iron Breakers back. First hit usually won't get a lot of kills. It did actually kill an Iron Breaker, though. So that, again, you get impressive damage from Doom Diver catapults, and they are fairly accurate. And when they miss here, they're going to usually hit his backline. But yeah, I mean, my Doom Divers are definitely going to weaken up his Iron Breakers. They have decent fire rates, and like I said, pretty accurate. So I like the Doom Diver for the price. I've got my orc line moving up. I'm going to get ready to rush. I also have a Goblin Shaymin, which is going to be an integral part of my army. I'm going to use this Curse of the Bad Moon. Really screws up the melee stats of his guys. I was a little bit early with this Curse. Should have used it right before my guys got there, but I was charging in with my Boar Boys to silence his cannons for a moment. And all of his guys now are kind of getting caught up in this vortex and the Curse and everything, so it ends up being fairly effective for me. And gets his guys a little bit discombobulated. And now my rush is ready. I'm going to rush down the center with Black Orcs, and look at the decent amount of damage he's gotten done. Let's watch the beautiful blasting charges coming from the Iron Breakers. So I don't see that blasting charges really cause a ton of damage head-on. I guess if you just sat there and took it, they might. But otherwise, I'm going to be in pretty good shape here. And Grimgor himself should be plowing into this fight somewhere near the center, and then I'm going to use my Savage Orcs to follow up in the flanks. And the Savage Orcs are great flanking units, tons of damage. They're kind of like berserkers almost. No armor, but tons of damage. And my Goblin Shaymin is going to be used. I've got another curse coming in here, so this is going to be another Curse of the Bad Moon. I want to use it to get all these guys melee stats dropped pretty significantly, and then I follow up immediately with these guys. So yeah, the quarrelers here are going to be in rough shape, but unfortunately that curse kind of just runs off towards the back of the map and only affected a couple of units. So it was a good thought, but just didn't work that great. My black orcs are savaging his front line. Iron breakers just I don't think they can really hold out versus black orcs, even though they cost more. I just don't see that happening. And on the flanks, my savage orcs are really giving his longbeards fits. My guys are armor piercing, and my guys don't have any armor, but they just have really high attack, and they do a ton of damage. Doom Diver's still screaming in, so we're getting lots of work done with them. And Grimgor he's in a pretty rough fight. He's been getting plenty of action, and he's damaged up pretty nice. Ungrim Ironfist is right here, though, and I saw him, and Grimgor was pretty beat up, but he typically will beat the living crap out of a Dwarf Lord. You do not want to go one-on-one with Grimgor as a Dwarf Lord, and especially right here where I've got other units to support. So basically, I know that I've got to take out Ungrim Ironfist, so I'd given the attack order with Grimgor. And it is a very close fight, though, because Grimgor had to fight his way through a bunch of Iron Breakers first before he could do that. Look at the Doom Dimers landing in the background of his cannons. Really cool looking. Yeah, you can see Grimgor there getting some nice hits. And Ungrim Ironfist is all but dead right here. He gets back up, but he's going to get hammered by all my units. And there he goes. Whoa! Look at that. His last blow of fury killed Grimgor, so they traded. Grimgor trades with Ironfist, but my forces are actually in pretty good shape here. None of my guys have wavering morale at the moment, even though Grimgor just kicked the bucket, and my rush is going to work out. I haven't really found a dwarf build that I like against the Greenskins yet. What do you all think? And then the Greenskins have other options too. Like, I didn't bring any skirmishers here, and you totally can. What do you all think about? What's your favorite dwarf build to counter Greenskins? Let's say Greenskin Rush, and then also what would you do with the Greenskin army that maybe had some monsters or something like that. But honestly, I find that the Black Orcs and stuff are worth a lot more than the monsters. But the Great Goblin Shaymin, it doesn't show any kills, or the Night Goblin Shaymin, it doesn't show any kills on him. But he's actually super handy. That Curse of the Bad Moon, and then there's another spell that he has that drops a lot of enemy stats. It's just some kind of hex. He's got some handy magic that he can get out there and be a pretty big assistance to a unit like Grimgor, and that you can help punch through dwarf lines basically. Anyway, tell me what you think. Hope you enjoyed the battle. HeirofCarthage signing out.